How you doing, everybody? Welcome to M.A.D PI. Welcome back to the people that have been here before. If you haven't, I'm Damien. So this is M.A.D Reactions, and there's the other side of M.A.D PI, the ghost investigation side of it. You know, right? So this is Goosebumps, right? And we've got some scariest truck camping nights. So the people go out in their camping trucks, in their camper vans, blah blah blah. It's footage, creepy footage, naughty, dodgy, unhinged footage from their cameras, okay? So, I hope you're ready for this one, people. I hope you're ready, because it's, the person that sent me it said it's a bit unhinged. So, yeah, let's have some of this and see how we get on, yeah? Cool. I hope everyone's alright. I hope you're having a banging week so far. I hope you're having a good day as well, as it goes. Right, my lovelies, let's crack on, jump into this, yeah? Goosebumps. Woo!
In April 2020, a YouTuber named Noah decided to embark on an adventure.
Get out of it.
He was not a famous creator, just a regular guy with a love for the outdoors, trying his hand at recording his experiences. His plan was straightforward. Take his truck to a quiet, forested area in Sun River, Oregon, and camp out for a night.
So I was originally not going to make this video, just because I don't really have my setup or anything yet. But a few days ago, I was camping in Sun River, and
he thought it would be the perfect spot for a relaxing getaway, and perhaps the beginning of a new hobby, sharing the beauty of nature with the world. It was a place of peace, or so he thought. The evening started off calmly. Noah set up his truck at the side of a remote road, surrounded by towering trees that whispered in the cool night breeze.
You need to wash your
What
motor,
was
mate.
meant to be a peaceful getaway soon turned into a nightmare Noah would never forget. As the night came, the forest became quiet, the kind of silence that makes every small sound feel amplified. It was then that Noah began to feel something was off. He was alone, or at least he believed he was. Suddenly, the unmistakable noise of someone trying to open his truck's door handle, as if testing whether he was awake or asleep. The door rattled softly, as if whoever or whatever was out there was trying to get inside. Someone or something was out there watching him. Noah's breath caught in his throat, so he reached for his GoPro, initially intending to record the terror of the forest at night, thinking it might make for interesting content.
I'm currently sleeping in the back of my truck right now. I don't even know what time it is, and there's someone walking around my truck right now. If you can hear that, it's pretty loud.
Got to be so careful, you know. Seriously. Bloody hell, mate. Especially going out there on your own, you know, it's just, you'd expect it to be a nice little, you know, getaway, but it's just, people have to ruin it, don't they? People have to ruin it.
I don't really know what to do. I'm a little freaked out right now, and it's like pitch black outside. Probably like 2 in the morning, and I'm just walking around, and he's like really close to my truck. I've never been this scared, and like this doesn't make any sense because I parked somewhere where you couldn't see. No one was on that road.
He was frozen in place, too scared to make a sound, praying that the locked doors would hold. Every instinct screamed at him to flee, but his truck was his only refuge. He was trapped, vulnerable, with nowhere to run. For what felt like hours, the terrifying sounds continued, footsteps circling his truck, the quiet but persistent attempts to open the doors. Minutes passed in a torturous, sleepless vigil before the noises stopped. He knew he had captured something on his camera, something he could not explain, and it haunted him.
He was trying to peek in my truck
Oh my god.
quite a bit with all these marks. I didn't even notice until I got home.
Bloody hell.
handprints there, a lot of scratches, stuff like that. Dragging his finger on my side of my truck. What looks like to be trying to get inside my truck.
Wow.
That's really all I could tell from when he was walking around. That's new. Don't know how that got there. More handprints trying to get in my truck. At least the back canopy was locked, but
Lucky.
yeah, that was the result.
Bloody hell,
So,
man.
that was probably the scariest camping experience I've probably ever
Crazy.
had in my entire life. So yeah, well, I'll keep you guys updated and let you know. Thanks.
Noah never returned to Sun River. Days later, the mystery of what or who was out there remains unsolved. But even though his experience sounds terrifying, this next camper experienced the worst stealth camping anyone could wish for: Will's whereabout. Will is a well-known online content creator and internet personality from England with a channel called Will's Whereabout, where he has been uploading his daily travel and lifestyle blogs. He has been making videos about wild camping, truck camping, and solo stealth car camping on different adventures for almost a decade. So far, he has amassed over 33 million views on YouTube with a loyal following
Brilliant.
of 290k subscribers.
Go on.
But what happened on a fateful day made his channel blow up with millions of views. It was supposed to be just another stealth car camping video, another thrilling entry in his YouTube library of scares.
Who's done this? Who's gone camping in their trailer or in their caravan or whatever, you know? Leave your comments below, you know. I'd love to do this. I'd love to get a camper van and just travel. I think that'd be amazing. It'd be amazing. Imagine what you could see, and, you know, be really interesting, really, definitely on the old bucket list. Definitely.
This time, he was searching for a secluded spot to park his car and camp out for the night.
I'll cut these onions up, will you?
Oh, it was on his own. Wicked. Cool.
But what Will encountered that night was far beyond what any of his viewers or even he had anticipated. The location he chose was isolated, deep in the backcountry where the nearest sign of civilization was miles away. The sun had long set, leaving only the dim glow of his camera's night vision to pierce the surrounding darkness. Will set up his car for the night, the familiarity of the routine bringing a false sense of comfort. But as the hours ticked by and the night grew colder, something happened. It started with a low sound, almost blending into the background noise of the forest. Will, ever vigilant, paused his filming, straining to catch the source of the sound. The hum grew louder, more distinct, like a deep, resonating vibration coming from the earth itself. Then the noises began. At first they were distant, sharp, unnatural cracks echoing through the trees, like something heavy snapping branches far off in the darkness.
Yeah, come on.
Will's heart began to race, the thrill of the unknown clashing with a growing sense of dread.
Okay,
The sounds drew closer, changing into something more strange. There was a rustling, an odd, shuffling noise, as if something was dragging itself through the underbrush. Will turned his camera towards the darkness outside his car, the night vision struggling to capture anything beyond the shadows. But the noises grew louder, and something else. Something that sounded disturbingly like a low growl.
Oh, no. Come on. I mean, just quickly, I think he's in England. By the sounds of things, he's in England. So we haven't got really much to worry about on the scale of wild animals, you know. Really, I mean, we don't have really dangerous animals to be walking about out here in this country. So, in a sense, it's more likely a human you've got to be worried about. To be fair. What the hell?
I don't think I'm going to be getting much sleep tonight.
No, I don't
There are
think so.
people about 100 meters away, blazing music out.
Oh, okay.
At least some good songs anyway. And some people screaming.
After the sound stopped, Will decided to upload his experience on YouTube. That night, somewhere in the darkness, he realized that sometimes The scariest stories are the ones that come true.
Let's have a look what the outside world looks like.
Another thing,
Stories
quickly,
are the
can I
ones
just
that
point
come
out?
true.
See, he's got his little burner burning away there to keep him warm, right? That's a real. I know he's going to be cold, and a lot of people would do it. I'd probably do it myself, you know. But if you fall asleep, that goes. I mean, I know it's only a little canister, but still, you're only in a small confined, you know, area.
True.
Let's have a look what the outside world
Who's your
looks
nut?
like.
Maybe for something to jump out.
Nobody in the car park. The sun is just starting to come up, which I'll show you in a second. I'll get the drone up and I'll show you exactly where I stayed. This was the spot outside. You can hear the birds actually. A really good night's sleep, you know, considering for the first half an hour, 45 minutes.
But what about the next YouTuber who vowed never to camp in South Carolina anymore?
Hell,
In the suburbs of South Carolina,
Anyway, I thought that geezer had his mate with him.
deep within the comforts of small-town America, YouTuber
Right.
Allison, known to her thousands of subscribers as the face behind the channel Travel Snacks, embarked on what she thought would be another peaceful truck camping adventure. Her channel was filled with exploration and simplicity, showcasing the joys of life on the road, complete with the best travel tips, cozy campsites, and of course her favorite snacks. It all started with a simple search. Allison, always cautious, browsed Google Maps for the safest city in the surrounding area.
Near that city. And so I just put my Google Maps to that Walmart. So that's just a little X marks the spot so that I can just get to the place and then I can do a little more research when I'm there.
I know I keep jumping in, right? My apologies, but I tell you what, you people that go travelling across America, doing that, you must have some big cojones, I'm telling you, because that can be a very dangerous thing to do. You know, very dangerous.
There. So it's 2 hours and 25 minutes. I already filled up my gas.
Or Asia.
And the gas was
People
like
do it as they cross
$2.85
Asia.
here in Myrtle Beach. So we're on the way. So let me stop talking and get a poppin'.
Yeah.
She found a promising destination, a suburb just 2 hours and 25 minutes from her current location. It was quiet, a perfect spot for a relaxing night of truck camping, or so she thought. With her route planned and her truck packed, she hit the road, filming her journey as she always did, sharing the experience with her loyal followers. Allison felt a sense of calm as she pulled into her chosen spot, a peaceful area where the houses were spaced far apart and the air was still.
It is my lucky day. Oh, they got security out here.
No, look at that. Look at that. Hot dog. The Wiener Mobile.
Definitely can't park here because they got security just out here guarding that thing.
Right, so you're not allowed to park in there overnight then, obviously.
I don't know if it's security for the wiener or security for the hotel. But either way,
Stay
She set
there
up her camera,
until they tell you to go,
capturing
innit?
the evening light as she prepared her meal, chatting with her viewers about the day's events and the snacks she had brought along for the night. But as the clock ticked closer to 9 p.m., Allison began to feel a growing sense of unease. The quietness of the suburb now felt oppressive. Deciding not to risk any unwanted attention by camping in the residential area overnight, she made the decision to move her truck to a nearby hotel parking lot. It seemed like the safest option, a well-lit area with the comfort of knowing people were nearby. Allison settled into her truck, the familiar routine of preparing for a night on the road bringing a small sense of comfort.
Isn't the idea of going out camping in your van is you go out where the woods are or down to the beach or something? You don't go and park up in a housing estate. You might as well just stay at home. I ain't going camping.
She recorded a final segment for her video, talking about her plans for the next day before settling down to sleep.
tired. I usually stay up for a few minutes and just kind of listen to my surroundings and kind of peek out the windows, coverings.
Make sure everything's alright.
One or two more times just to like make sure that there's no one walking around or security rolling up on me or whatever. And then I go to sleep. Everything's locked up and I'm ready for bed, but So I'll be doing for at least 1 to 5 more minutes.
I bet
But
as
just
soon
as
as
she
it goes
was
down.
beginning to relax, the quiet night
Knock,
was
knock, knock.
disturbed by a sudden noise. Someone was knocking on her truck, hard,
See?
insistent, almost frantic. The knocking continued, louder now,
Hello?
accompanied by the unmistakable sound of someone trying to open her door. The handle rattled as the stranger outside tried to force their way in. Panic set in. Allison's heart raced as she quickly weighed her options.
Oh, come on, it could be security, it could be police. But then they'd say, wouldn't they? Sheriff's Department or... I'm trying to do the door. Come on.
Just a second.
Come on. Don't open the door, love. Don't open the door. Just pull the curtain back. Yeah, alright. Hang on. Don't open the door. Don't open the door.
Hi.
Hey, you have a room?
I just pulled over just to go to the bathroom back here. I'm leaving.
Okay.
Security.
She had no idea who was outside, what they wanted, or how dangerous they might be. But she knew one thing. She had to get out of there, fast, without hesitating. She turned the key in the ignition. The knocking paused for a brief moment, as if the person outside was startled by the sudden movement. But Allison didn't wait to find out what they
Gone.
would do next.
See ya.
She threw the truck into gear and sped out of the parking lot, her hands gripping the wheel tightly as she drove away, leaving the hotel and whatever danger lurked there far behind.
Wow.
She didn't stop until she was miles away, the lights of the hotel long out of sight. Only then did she allow herself to breathe, pulling into a brightly lit gas station to collect her thoughts. Allison filmed a final update, her voice shaky
Jesus.
but determined, sharing the terrifying experience with her viewers.
Like 2 dudes
Oh.
in that car, in that regular car. So I thought it was just like people staying in the hotel. But that's interesting that they have security officers in their uniform, but in regular cars.
No.
While Allison was unsure of
well-
what just happened, the next YouTuber almost got swallowed by fear after.
Don't be fooled by people in uniforms either. You know what I mean? That could be a scam or just a fake uniform or something. You know, driving around in their own cars. Don't seem right, does it? Surely not. If they're going to have you driving around, surely they'd give you a security car of some kind, or with it on the door.
After making a
People
trip
know
during
who you are.
Halloween. In the roads of the UK
Be
countryside,
mindful, people.
one YouTuber dared to explore the boundary between the living and the dead. Known to his followers as M.A.D's Ventures, he had built a reputation for pushing the limits, venturing into the dark and the unknown with a mix of curiosity. But on one cold Halloween night, what began as a light-hearted ghost hunt in his micro-stealth camper van quickly spiraled into a terrifying ordeal that would haunt him forever.
Oh, bloody hell. We're going to
As
a
had
graveyard.
planned the night, combining his love for van life with the thrill of the supernatural, he
And
chose a
Isaac Joe.
location, an old haunted woodland nestled near an ancient cemetery.
Cannot say a thing with this light shining in the eyes.
Oh,
So this
Jesus.
is coming into the woods now,
Okay.
and on the left is the little church house, and behind that is the cemetery.
Wonder where you are, though.
How old are some of these then? 1908. Oh, wait a sec. There's 3 people in this grave.
Wow. Family's block.
Size of that.
As the night came closer, Ads parked his van at the entrance of the woods surrounding the cemetery. The atmosphere was perfect for what he had in mind. He started by gisting with his fans, sharing scary tales as he walked through the darkened woods. The old graves, some so ancient their inscriptions had long since worn away, stood like silent watchers as Ads wandered through them. He could feel the weight of the history
Well
around
eerie,
him,
innit?
the sense
Well
of being
eerie.
somewhere he didn't
Ooh.
truly belong. And yet, he continued, pushing further into the woods, drawn by a mix of fear and fascination. But then, in the distance, something caught his eye, a dark
Look.
figure moving between the trees. At first,
Come
he
on.
thought it was a trick of the light, a figment of his imagination fueled by the stories he had been telling. But as he stared, The figure became clearer, standing unnaturally still, as if waiting for him.
Shit.
Right. I've had a large cup of Baileys before I had that hot chocolate, which means I can't drive anywhere. So whether I like it or not, this has to be home for the night.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Check that. Yeah, nice one. I like that.
There was something wrong, something deeply unsettling about the way it stood there, just out of reach, almost as if it was watching him. Then, without warning, the figure made an almost imperceptible movement, but enough to snap ads out of his trance. Panic surged through him, and he did the only thing his body would allow. He ran. He sprinted through the woods, and his breath came in ragged gasps as he finally reached the van, throwing himself inside and slamming the door shut. Only then did he realize that in his terror, he hadn't managed to capture the figure on camera. The darkness had been too thick, the moment too terrifying. What's more scary is the fact that he was the only one in the woods at that time.
It's been an interesting one. I've enjoyed myself for about 90% of it. What the hell is that? My handbrake wasn't off properly. But right now I'm going to go home, I'm going to check out the footage on the laptop and hopefully find out that I was just imagining things last night. And then I'm going to edit the video and prepare for a new road trip this week. So stay tuned if you want to find out where I'm going.
While this encounter was creepy, what the next camper found was something out of this world. In the woods of rural America, two YouTubers, CJ Faison and Chris Baird, embarked on an investigation that would push them to the very edges of fear. Known for their fearless exploration of the paranormal, CJ and Chris had faced many terrifying situations before, but nothing could prepare them for what awaited them at the burnt bridge on that scary Halloween night.
Hey, man, last time we were here it was snowing, and now if you look out here, it's no snow.
No snow, thank God. No snow ever again.
You know, I just feel like this road could be a little bit more like friendly if they would just widen it. It's literally, for everybody looking, it's...
The burnt bridge had long been a place of dark legend. 50 years ago, it had been a simple wooden bridge, a quiet passageway over a small, forgotten creek. But it became the site of dark rituals, where people whispered incantations to forces unknown. The rituals became scary until one night. The bridge itself caught fire, consumed by flames that some said were summoned from the very depths of hell. The bridge was never rebuilt, leaving only charred remains and stories of a portal that had opened in its place, a gateway to something beyond our world.
I want to let everybody know
How'd you get over the water then, or look
that the
over
bridge
it?
behind me, it burned down. It used to be a wooden bridge, and it basically burned down because so many rituals were done here. And it's said that a portal has opened up in the area. That's why it's so haunted, and that's why all this crazy stuff happens. The house burned down a couple of years ago that we used to go into. And then not to mention the bridge was burned down like 50 or 60 years ago. So when you start thinking about the name burnt bridge and then the burnt house, it just, the whole effect is really, really creepy.
Yeah.
And
it was here, under the glow of a full moon, that CJ and Chris decided to spend Halloween night. They arrived in their truck as they parked near the remains of the bridge. With cameras rolling, they set off on foot, leaving the safety of their truck behind as they toured deeper into the woods. And then they saw it, a strange, abandoned, weird building, hidden deep within the trees. It was old, its wooden walls rotting and weathered, but it stood defiant against the encroaching forest. The building had no place here, in the middle of nowhere. As they came closer, something moved in the shadows. A figure appeared in the doorway of the building. It was too dark to make out any details, but the figure stood motionless, watching them. Without a word, CJ and Chris turned and ran back to the truck. The camera, still recording, bounced wildly in Chris's hand, capturing only fleeting glimpses of the darkened forest as they fled. Eventually, they reached the truck, slamming the doors behind them and locking out whatever horrors might have followed. But the night was far from over.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
What was that?
Whoa!
Okay.
Whoa!
In the bag.
In the bag. In the bag. In the bag. Whoa! Whoa! Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. Quickly.
Oh!
Quick! 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 Get in.
Dude, get up and run. Okay.
Yeah.
What was it? What?
What did you see, or what did you hear what happened?
Come on, then, what was it?
That is.
What just happened? I can't even see you. I literally cannot see you.
I went stood on the bridge, I swear on my life, Chris.
held my hands like this. I said, if there's anything good or evil here, I'm gonna invite you to come here.
Invite him? Why would you invite anything evil?
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
They sat in the truck as they found it difficult to fall asleep. Now the camera, left rolling in the corner, recorded the silence inside the truck as they fell off. But just as they began to slip into a restless sleep, a violent hit shook the vehicle as if something massive had struck it from the outside. The truck rocked from side to side.
Whoa!
A sound like an earthquake came on both sides at once. CJ and Chris suddenly woke up as they tried to make sense of what was happening.
Shit.
And then, as suddenly as it had started, it stopped.
Oh, bloody hell.
Wait, dude. What the fuck is that? Is that an earthquake? What was it? The van was just swaying side to side, dude.
We should go out there and fucking look for it.
Fuck that, dude. I'm not going out there. Fuck that.
No, come on, seriously.
Go on, yeah, go on, Rambo.
The van's still
Go on.
running.
Kill it.
Flying,
What the fuck is
karate, judo, chop. Go on, go on. Get out there, go on.
The silence that followed was more terrifying than the noise. CJ and Chris exchanged looks of pure fear, neither willing to be the first to open the door, but they had to know what had just
what was
happened.
that? Is that footprints?
Slowly, cautiously, they stepped out into the night, but there was nothing. No sign of what had struck their truck.
Bloody hell.
No movement. No sound. While this may sound as the scariest story so far, what can be more terrifying than an RV YouTuber experiencing the scariest moment of his life? One morning, an RV YouTuber decided to embark on a journey
Bloody
that
hell,
would test the
unhinged, didn't
limits of
they?
his courage. Known to his thousands of subscribers for capturing some of the most breathtaking and picturesque areas in the country, he had chosen this spot for its wild beauty and the promise of solitude. The journey to Mogollon Rim had been a long one, the roads and rugged terrain challenging even for a best traveler like him.
Or two before it's dark. But I think I'm just going to lay down and watch a little TV. And then wait for it to cool down. So it's just hot.
That's a nice RV, I like that. Old school one.
Yeah, we'll make some dinner. I know this is like the worst stuff in the world.
Dinty
I
Moore,
don't even know really, but
chicken and
I'm sure it's not 100% healthy for you, but I actually
chicken
kind of like
and
it. And it sounds pretty good, so I'm gonna make
chicken.
By the time he reached his chosen campsite, the sun was already sinking behind the
Chicken.
mountains, casting long shadows over the dense forest. As the night fell, he set up his camera, eager to share this location with his viewers. The video was meant to be another peaceful episode, showcasing the beauty of the wilderness as he prepared dinner
That's
in the
it,
cozy
see?
confines of his
One man and his dog. See? Bang on, mate. Bang on.
camper.
Well
The
done.
clock ticked past 8 p.m. as he started cooking. He spoke to his audience, describing the day's journey and the serenity of the campsite. Suddenly, a loud, unexpected thud came from outside the camper, shaking the walls. The sound had come from outside, a sudden, forceful impact that set his nerves on edge. He froze, listening intently, his heart pounding as he tried to make sense of what had just happened. Had it been a tree branch,
Bear.
an animal, or something else? The possibilities ran through his mind, each one more unsettling than the last. He stood in silence, the only sound now the faint hiss of the stove. But then he heard it again. Footsteps, slow
his
and
gun.
deliberate,
Bloody
crunching
hell,
through
look
the
at him with his
underbrush.
gun.
They were coming closer,
Can you
circling the camper with an unnerving precision. The
I'd say he's prepared, wouldn't you? Look at the old piece he's got on the side there.
world outside was now an abyss, the only illumination the narrow beam of his torchlight as he strained to see through the small windows. The footsteps continued, now on the opposite side of the camper, as if whoever or whatever was out there was toying with him. The silence between each step was suffocating, the kind that tightens around your chest and makes every breath feel like a struggle. He didn't dare move, didn't dare speak, as the footsteps finally faded into the distance.
It's probably a bear. You can smell the food cooking, innit? You reckon? I'd have cameras Well, I'd have a camera outside, you know, like dash cam style, backwards and the back and front. Have cameras so you could see, like ball cameras. Especially if you're going camping in it. If you're going to stay in it, live in it, or sleep in it, whatever. Definitely. Get your camping cameras. Your dog's picking up on it.
Minutes stretched into hours, each second marked by the thudding of his own heartbeat. The camera, still recording, captured every agonizing moment, every flicker of fear in his eyes as he waited for the dawn to break. But as he glanced around, something caught his eye. A chair that had been placed neatly beside his small table had been moved. It now sat several feet away, as if someone or something had deliberately shifted it during the night. Determined to find answers, he decided to explore the area further. He headed north from his campsite, his senses heightened by the lingering fear from the night.
You see some creepy git or some has been sat there just, I'll wait for you. I got all the time in the world. I mean, fucking hell, John. Come on. Come on!
After walking for half a mile, he stumbled upon a tent and a truck nestled in a small clearing.
Can I borrow a cup of sugar? Fucking cornbread?
The sight was jarring. He hadn't seen or heard anyone else during his time in the woods. Yet here was another camper, a lone figure who stood by the truck, staring off into the distance as if lost in thought. The man seemed ordinary enough, but the timing of his presence was too coincidental, too unsettling. Had he been the one outside the camper last night? Had he moved the chair, made those footsteps? The questions buzzed in his mind, but he found himself unable to approach the stranger, a deep-seated instinct telling him to stay away. He returned to his campsite, his thoughts a whirl of fear and confusion. The footage from the night before would soon be uploaded to his channel, a chilling testament to the unexplained events that had unfolded in the heart of the Mogollon Rim. His subscribers would see the fear in his eyes, hear the tension in his voice, and share in the terror of that night. But what this next YouTuber experienced is borderline shocking. In the middle of the American wilderness, where lonely roads stretch out, one YouTuber named Adam found himself on a journey gone wrong. Adam had spent hundreds of nights alone in his van, exploring remote places and sharing his experiences with his loyal viewers. But this time, on a cold, rain-soaked night, far from the safety of civilization, Adam would encounter something that would turn his familiar routine into a night of unrelenting terror. The rain had started as a light drizzle as Adam drove deeper into the unknown. His phone signal had vanished miles back, leaving him isolated in a world where the only connection to the outside was the reassuring sound of his engine.
Is there a phone signal? No, thinking about it. Oh, we're in there like swimwear. Nice, we've got a phone signal there then. And to be fair, not a bad view. And a little lake.
Despite the growing sense of unease, Adam pressed on, determined to find a place to settle for the night. He parked his van and set up his camera as he joked about the scary isolation.
And I just don't want to risk scratching the surface. Come on, you can do it, you can do it. Man, it actually looks a bit baked. I think I'm going to fill the belly with it and watch a bit of football. And I'll catch you guys in a bit. Whoa, pass the bacon in the ridge.
As the hours passed, exhaustion began to set in as Adam settled into his makeshift bed in the back of the van. But as midnight approached, something shattered the fragile peace of that rainy night. It started with a noise and footsteps as Adam's eyes snapped open. The footsteps grew louder, closer, until they were just outside his van.
Fingers crossed I don't get a ticket. Not going to get any bother because that van's here, I would have thought, but yeah, hopefully I'll see you with no bother in the morning.
Nightmare, Eleanor. See how the words. Nightmare, Eleanor. Does nightmare and Eleanor doesn't even sound the same, does it? Don't even sound the same.
What the fucking hell's going on? Someone's just pulled up, man, and popping her all off, man. What the fuck?
Folk. Fuck? Folk.
Right, this is well dodgy. Someone's just pulled up. Right next to that.
You see that? Look. Watch. Right. He says, well dodgy. He says, well doctor.
Oh, this is well dodgy. Right next to me. Fucking Royal Lock London. That van's over the way. Don't know what to do, man. Oh man, I'll keep the light low, but damn, that's made me stop shaking a little bit. It's still sat there as well. I don't know what to do.
Don't they just...
Ah, man.
Get out your car. Get out your car.
The lens captured the darkness inside the van, the low, terrified whisper of Adam's voice as he tried to make sense of what was happening. The rain seemed to grow quieter, almost as if it was holding its breath, amplifying the sound of whatever was outside. The door handle rattled, the van rocking slightly as if someone was testing its strength, trying to find a way in. Adam didn't dare move. Minutes passed until he finally found the courage to sit up and peer through the fogged-up window. Whatever had been there was gone now.
Thank
but
God.
The fear was still holding him back.
Jesus.
Realizing he couldn't stay there any longer,
yeah, get
Adam
yourself
made the
out of there,
decision to
mate.
move.
Go.
He started the van and drove back onto the lonely road. He drove for miles until he found a more secure location, the lights of a small town in the distance offering a semblance of safety. As he uploaded the footage the next day, titled, "I was rolled up on by Nutters, scary car camping trip," Adam knew that this experience would stay with him long after the rain had stopped and the night had passed. For Adam, the road would always call him back.
Well, at least you're
the
safe,
promise
bud.
of adventure and the beauty of the unknown, too strong to resist. But that night, on the lonely road, under the relentless rain, he had encountered something that even the most experienced traveler could never truly prepare for.
And that's Goosebumps. Crazy, eh? I mean, I told you it's a bit unhinged. Well, I got told it was unhinged, so yeah, I'm all for that. Cool, you know, end of the day, and we all like going out exploring, doing what we do, don't we? You know, that's what we do, that's what we like doing. Everyone does it. But, you know, we live in such a crazy world. It's just like, it's just like people have to spoil it for other people. Just by being violent or, you know, or trying to scare people, thinking it's funny. I don't know. What do you think? Do you agree? It's just nuts. This place is just nuts, and I think everyone just needs to tone it down a little bit and just start being nicer to people, and you know, start smiling, happy, laughter stuff. Because laughter is the best medicine in the world. I'm telling you, it's the best medicine for human beings. So yeah, that was Goosebumps. Please check out their channel if you haven't already, and subscribe. You know, do the thing. Also, if you like the content you've been watching with us, please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the old thumbs. In the meantime, I'll have another one back as soon as possible, okay? And it could be anything. I don't know what it is. I'll have to have a look. I've got a few been sent to me, but if you have got anything, you also, again, if you have anything that you want to send me, like you got any video footage or anything you want me to react to, send it to me. All the details are below, yeah? Take care, everyone. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves, all right? Don't forget, I love you loads, all right? Catch you on the next one, people. Take safe.